Hello and welcome to another pattern tutorial with Exquisite Crochet. Today we will be looking at the Marks in the Snow throw tutorial, which consists of two different stitch patterns, which is the Waffle Stitch pattern and the Celtic Weave Stitch pattern. So these are stitch patterns which use double crochet and front and back post double crochet stitches. And this is in the US stems. We start the project with foundation double crochet, and this would be the row number 1. So we begin with a slip knot and chain 2. Chain is worked as yarn over the hook, pull through, yarn over the hook, pull through. We'll then yarn over the hook once more and insert the hook into the second chain from the hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So foundation stitches are worked as working the chain and the particular stitch at the same time. We will first yarn over, pull through one loop. This created the chain. We then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and this created a double crochet stitch. We then yarn over the hook, insert the hook under the both strands of the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and this would be the second foundation double crochet. If you are following the pattern, you will work 138 foundation double crochet stitches in total, but for this tutorial I'm going to make a smaller multiple for my small swatch. So I'm going to work a few more foundation double crochet stitches slowly, and then I'll meet you back for row number 2. Once you work your foundation double crochet stitches, you then turn the foundation row around and chain 2. We will start working the waffle stitch pattern, and for the waffle stitch pattern sections, the chain 2 is counted as first stitch. So we will then work front post double crochet into the following stitch. We yarn over, insert the hook from front to back to front around the post of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We will work 2 double crochet stitches, yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You will work another double crochet stitch to the following stitch. It will then work front post double crochet in the next, and this will constitute the stitch pattern repeat for the row number 2. So you will work 2 double crochet stitches followed by a front post double crochet for the rest of the row, ending with a double crochet in the very last stitch. Now completed row number 2, we will now turn the work around and chain 2. 1 and 2. Again, this is counted as a stitch in this section. So for row number 3, we work double crochet in the next stitch, and then we will start with the stitch pattern repeat for row number 3, which is front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches followed by a double crochet in the next stitch, and we will repeat this up to the last stitch, and this will be a double crochet. So I will work 2 front post double crochet, 1 and 2, followed by a double crochet, 2 front post double crochet, and double crochet. Once you complete row number 3, you turn your work around and you will continue for row 4 to 15, repeating rows number 2 and 3. So I will work one more of the row repeat, and then I would meet you for row number 16. After working rows number 4 to 15, we will continue with row number 16, which is repetition of row number 2. So for this row, you will chain 2, work front post double crochet, 2 double crochet, and front post double crochet, repeating this all the way to the end of the row. Once we complete row number 16, we turn our work around, chain 2, and start row number 17. For row number 17, the chain 2 counts as a first double crochet, and we will then work double crochet stitch into each stitch across. And this will be our last row of the waffle stitch section. And from row number 18, we will start working the Celtic Weave section. So from row number 18, we will start working on the Celtic Weave Stitch pattern. We will start with a chain 2, and chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch, as a first stitch in the Celtic Weave cable stitch pattern. So we will work 1 double crochet into the first stitch. We will then skip the next 2 stitches, so we'll skip 1, 2, and we will work front post double crochet into the following 2 stitches. So while we work the Celtic Weave stitch pattern, I recommend that you work your front post double crochet stitches fairly loose, otherwise the fabric will be pulling in on your edges in this stitch pattern. So we will work front post double crochet into the 2 stitches after we skipped 2, and then we will go back and work front post double crochet stitches into around the skip stitches. So first around the first, and then around the second stitch. Okay, and then we will then go again on to skipping the following 2 stitches and work front post double crochet around the 3rd and the 4th stitch. So now we're going to go back and work around the skip stitches. And we will repeat this for the rest of this row to the last stitch, and we will work a double crochet stitch into the last stitch. Once we complete row number 18, we turn our work around and we chain 2, 1 and 2. Again, chain 2 in this section doesn't count as double crochet, so we need to work double crochet into the first stitch. And for this row we will work back post double crochet stitches. So we will work back post double crochet stitches into the first 2 stitches. The first 2 stitches are these 2, so we will yarn over, and back post double crochet stitches I work from back to front to back around the post of the stitch below. We will yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. We will yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So when you first start working this section, it's really good to take it very slowly and isolate the stitches, so you wouldn't work the stitches by accident into the crossed stitches. So I'm going to isolate the next stitch. So this is the stitch I'm going to be working into. Yarn over, work from back to front to back around the post, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we will then skip 2 stitches and back post double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and we will then follow back post double crochet into the 2 skip stitches and work behind the previous 2 stitches. So I'm going to be skipping this stitch and this stitch and work around these 2 here. Again, try to work these stitches fairly loosely, otherwise the fabric starts pulling in quite dramatically. So yarn over, going to go around the stitch and work back post double crochet. That's 1. Then I'm going to isolate the next stitch, yarn over, work around the stitch like so. And now I'm going to be working into these 2 stitches that I skipped. Again, we can isolate the stitch. So first I'm going to work into this and then into this, yarn over, work around this stitch, and then I have 1 left, so I work yarn over, and work back post double crochet. So this would be the next 2 stitches that in the row we are going to skip this and work back post double crochet around these 2 stitches, and then we will go back and work these 2 stitches as well. So first yarn over and work back post double crochet around these 2, okay. Now I'm going to go back to these 2 stitches that has not worked, working behind these 2 stitches. So yarn over, pull up a loop, over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and again like so. We will then again skip these 2, work into the following 2 stitches, and you will repeat this for the rest of the row. put one last stitch here. We then have 2 more stitches left in the row, so we will work back post double crochet into this. One and 2, and we will then work double crochet into the last stitch. There is then chain 2, but this chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch, so we will not be working into this stitch. And we turn our work around, and as you can see, the stitch pattern is starting to emerge. 20 to 29, you will repeat rows 18 and 19. Row 30 will then be repetition of row number 18, and row 31 will be the repetition of row number 17, which was double crochet across. So you will then and this will conclude the Celtic Weave stitch pattern section, after which you keep on repeating these 2 sections. So this would be from row number 32 to row number 91. You will repeat rows 2 to 31. If you would like to finish on the Celtic Weave stitch pattern, this would be the end of your project, but then would like to repeat the waffle stitch pattern section as per the sample on the pictures, you will then go on to rows number 92 to 107, which is the repetition of rows 2 to 17, and this will be the end of your project. I'm also going to show you part row number 20, because once the stitches start to cross over, sometimes it can be a bit tricky to know where to work the stitches. So this would be a row 20, which is chain 2. We'll then work double crochet stitch into the first stitch, and the repetition for this row was to skip first 2 stitches, work front post double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then go back into the first 2 skipped stitches, work front post double crochet into those, and so on. So I'm skipping these 2 stitches. I work front post double crochet into the next 2. I'll then go back, work front post double crochet stitches into the 2 stitches which I skipped, and then there's 2 stitches which are kind of hiding behind, so this would be the following 2 stitches which I'm going to skip. Then work 2 front post double crochet stitches into the next 2 stitches. I find those 2 stitches which were hiding, they're kind of at the back, and work front post double crochet into these 2, like so. Again, there are 2 stitches which are hiding behind, so this would be the next stitches to work, but I'm going to skip these 2, work front post double crochet into the next 2, find the 2 that were hiding behind, worked into those, and so on, and then you will end with a double crochet in the last stitch. Once you complete your throw, you can then add a simple border. So on my throw, I added a border of single crochet around, and I worked 3 single crochet into each corner stitch. You can also go for single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into corners. This is we are adding an or extra 2 stitches to be able to turn the corner and for the throw to lie flat. If you like, you can also add pom-poms or tassels in the corners, so I went for pom-poms. I think it really just that extra that adds to your project and elevates it from nice to beautiful. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Let me know what yarn would you use for your throw. Have you tried the Waffle Stitch pattern or the Celtic Weave Stitch pattern before? As always, please share this tutorial with your crochet loving friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.